everybody, Geraldine Rose here, wondering what happens to photo paper if you put wet oxide sprays on it? This was another one for the Inspiration Challenge this month. I mean, what can I say? I like these colors. I got out the Fresh Daisies folder from Simon Says Stamp. I had found a bunch of my old photo paper when I was cleaning up for the craft room tour. And I got the funny idea that, you know, when photo paper gets wet, what would happen if you put sprays on it? So I'm running this through the folder. I'm coming in with some of the oxide inks first because I thought, well, if I put them down first, you know, whatever hits it first is what it's going to take. Because I remember when I used to do my photographs in enlarging room and stuff like that. That's the same concept that I've got going on here. I'm putting the oxide sprays down in specific spots. Then I'm spritzing them with a little bit of water to get them to start running. So I'm just experimenting. This is actually the first time I've done this. And you can see I'm coming back in with more water, getting them to run again. Using the colors for the challenge, which were oranges, greens, and kind of a pinky tan. And closest I had to that was Rusty Hinge. So I'm really going to put a lot of water on that to get that one to run. And I'm like, you know, I'm starting to like this effect actually, because you can see the first color that hit and how it starts merging with the other ones as it's running along into the sections that haven't had any ink on them. In between those ones, I brought in some mica and some shimmer sprays, and I'm just tapping them on for splatter to get another effect through the background. In the meantime, off camera, I die cut out some flowers. I have the Altenew mixed foliage, and I also had the African daisies. I thought they would go well with that embossing folder that we had from Simon Says Stamp. So the back layers I'm doing in the darker oranges and the medium oranges into kind of a yellowish tone through the middle. And the top layers were going to be the lightest of the effects. So it was like carved pumpkin and wild honey, that sort of thing. So this, I was putting some glue on them once they dried because I brought out my gilded flakes in the copper and the gold tones. And you can see at this stage, I think I had more of it on my fingers. It wasn't sticking well with my transfer glue. So I got out some of the crackle paste, which is the translucent one. It will dry clear. And I realized, oh gosh, I need to get a new jar of this because it's pretty gumpy. And it was also pretty fun getting that to smear on there. Again, my fingers are getting messier and messier. Once this is all dry, I wanted to darken in certain spots. So I brought in some of the fresh dye inks and put along the edges there. They're looking okay. I'm gluing them together. I wanted smaller ones so that it wouldn't totally cover that background that we have with the embossing folder. I'm putting the centers in. This is where the tan came in. I got some of the cardboard out from my new chair in the craft room. Yay! And we put that down along with some glitter cardstock. Along the edges, because I did have to cut the photo paper down. Well, along the top and the bottom. On the sides, of course, it's only 4 inches wide by 6, so you are taking top up. But because it's only 4 inches wide, it won't take up full panel. That's why I was going along the edges. And this part is all just basically gluing the flowers into spot. I did have to get another stem out and extend it for that one. And then I did deepen the ones in the background a little bit with some dark green alcohol inks. Okay, so I'm setting that aside, working on the inside of the card. And this was the Penny Black Destination sentiments that we were doing. Started out with the orange, brought the yellow in. Yellow's going to help to blend it and cause it to halo out a little bit. The next one that we're bringing in, the sub-sentiment underneath it, is from the Crafty Friends stamp from Altenew. That one I did in green, and I did do it in the yellow as well too, just very lightly, because that's quite a fine sentiment and you don't want to push it too hard and smudge it. That's my custom stamp on the back. Yay! This is the part where I forgot to put the sticky tape down before I put the flowers down. It was rocking back and forth, and of course I was having the diecuts of a time doing this. and upside down. And OCD perfectionism coming in. Had to flip it around. Putting some glue in between the sticky tape, setting it down on our back card. This is where I'm testing out, okay, what color am I going to do the word sentiment in? So I got out the Italian sentiments too, and the Hey Love die cuts. I couldn't decide on what word I wanted to. I knew it needed to be a small one. So I was trying to decide here between the Hi from Altenew and the Hey from Simon Says Stamp. Now I did end up going with the Hey because it's more of an organic, and the Hi is blockier, and I just thought that with all the flowers curving in the background and stuff, that the Hay went a little bit better, as well as doing it in the very dark orange glitter cardstock. It stood out better. The greens just faded into the background. So I used them as the shadows behind the Hay. Gluing it into place here. You can see I've got a triangle going on with the composition there. This is using just a little bit of bling. This calls for confetti in the copper, and I also put some Novo drops down. So that's the finished card. I'm actually very impressed with it. I think I'm going to try some more of this. Hope you guys do too. Go out, be that change you want to see in the world. Have some fun in your craft room. That'd be super cool if you guys left a like, a comment, and better yet, please subscribe if you're not already. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you guys all next time. Bye-bye.